Um, 1 second. Participants. All allow participants. Now, the dependencies. We'll talk about dependencies for a while. Uh, how many of you know about LFS? LFS is basically a package that allows you to do distributed deep learning, and it requires some dependencies such as TensorFlow 1.15.2. Now, if you have such kind of dependencies that a package requires a TensorFlow 1.15.2, and by mistake you have done a pip install TensorFlow, then what would happen is that your LFS package won't run. Now, if you want to see what are the latest, what all versions of a package are available, you can do this pip install TensorFlow and double equal to. This will allow you to view all of the packages that are all of the versions of TensorFlow that are available now. Over here, this is 2.5.0, the latest that we checked, and reference is also provided here. This is simply a post from my own blog that you can see. Distributed deep learning using Python. I would be also sharing it on with you on later on as a blog post, and you can see this. Now, first we saw that what we have is dependencies with the package. Now there is dependency with Python also. For example, Rasa. Would anyone unmute himself or herself and let me know if they know about Rasa? Okay, nobody is responding. Rasa is your internet connection is unstable. 1 second. Chat. We lost you for a few seconds. Got it. 1 second. Just a second, folks. Okay, we can start now. Audible. Thank you. View. Can anyone admit the people who are waiting in the room, in the waiting room? Everyone in meeting. Okay, we'll get back to the presentation. So, you 1 second. Folks, please join on time the next time. So we were talking about Raza. Now the thing is that this is a chatbot framework and it requires you to have a Python of version 3.6 or 3.7 or 3.8. And as you must all be aware that the current version of Python that is being in use is 3.9.5. Now, what is the solution for this? The solution for this is a virtual environment. Virtual environment is a way to create like a sandbox out of which does not affect the environment outside of itself. And similarly, we have conda environment in Anaconda. Now, virtual environment is in Python, and Conda environment is in Anaconda. Now, uh, what happens is that, so this is just some additional information that if it's the way you have which command in Ubuntu, if you type which Python in Ubuntu and if you type where Python in Windows, you would get to know where your Python executable is present. Now, setting up virtual environment. The first step to set up virtual environment is pip install virtual env. This will install the virtual environment. So shall we start hands-on and do all of this that's present over here? Can somebody unmute himself or herself and tell me if we should do a hands-on or we should simply go ahead with the presentation?
Maybe we can use this hands-on.
Okay, then as you're seeing in the screen, open the command prompt, and if you have Python installed, then do a pip install. I'll show my screen again. Let me know if it's visible to you. Pip install virtual env. I put it in the chat. 1 second. To everyone. Folks, please join on time the next time. I'm not sure, like, how do I admit these people automatically? Is there some way? Admit all.
I think Ashish, you need to change your security settings to allow
Okay.
anyone to join.
Okay, security. Allow participants, remove persons, rename themselves. There isn't anything that says suspend participant activities. There isn't.
Otherwise, you can make someone co-host so that they can allow them.
Okay. Yeah, you are right. Please make one of us admin. I'll take care of it. And how do I do that? I'm not very familiar with this. So is it in security again?
Just right-click of any of the name, and you can provide the access
Okay.
on the name, on the
Okay. Okay.
participant's name, right?
Okay. Okay. 1 second. Participants. Niranjan Kumar was asking, right? Niranjan, yes.
Yes, Ashish. Yeah, he is the one.
Make host. So you want to change host to no. Make host. Yes. Now you are also a host. Am I correct?
It is
Niranjan.
shown.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Now
So
I can
anybody.
admit people.
Okay.
Now I
Now,
can admit other people.
if you folks want a hands-on, let me know if you are done with pip install virtual env. It shouldn't take too much time.
Yes, it's done.
Okay, now if you want to see if you're on Ubuntu, you can do which virtual env, and if you're on Windows, you can do where virtual env. It will show you where that virtual env executable is present. Now we'll move on. Now you to work with virtual environment, right? You have to create a folder. Now go to some place in your laptops or computers and create a directory where you would work. It's like for example, in my case, it's like on my desktop, my workspace. So go ahead, create a directory, and let me know once you're done. If anybody is lagging in some step, please let me know. There's no point in shying away from asking questions.
Ashish, I'm using Mac. Just now I installed a virtual EN environment. after that, the where virtual environment, it is saying that it is not a valid command or something. So
Can
Maybe.
for a Mac, is there any different steps needs to be followed?
on Mac? You are on Mac.
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. Oh.
For Windows, we can go to command prompt or ID. We should go.
No, it's on command prompt.
Command prompt. I gave that command. It is not taking. It is not recognized as an internal or external command. For a
What
Windows
virtual
program.
env? No, did you do pip install virtual env?
Yeah, I gave pip install virtually in command prompt.
Okay, in
And
command prompt, and then it says that you can't pip virtual env is not a, what do we call it? An internal command.
internal external command.
Okay.
So
So
do I need to go for Python and doing that? I don't know it.
okay, no, would you be able to share your screen?
Yeah. I think you need to give permission.
Okay.
You should give permission.
Okay. Hi. I think I'm not the host. I need to become more familiar
I
with.
have given. I have given.
Actually,
I have given.
Ashish, it looks like you stop sharing, then others can share it. Looks like.
Okay.
Maybe you can stop sharing it and
Okay.
then let
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a possible. Yeah, it's, you can, others
Now,
can share
whoever was
if they
having
want
the
to.
issue, please share your screen. Let's has started. No.
You
You
can
were.
see now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sharing
No.
it.
Go to command prompt
Okay.
and type where pip. No. Pip is not. You did you install Python? Type where Python space Python where space Python.
Yeah, I have installed.
Okay, now you would have to. There are some environment variables also which you need to set. So uh, I would have to look at those environment variables. Pip is not recognized. So uh, go to that directory, right? Program files where Python is. Is it possible that I take control of a system also? Ravi's system.
You can do that, Ashish. Yeah.
Okay, then allow me to do that.
I think you should ask permission for that so that host can give.
Request, yeah, request remote control request.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Program files. Where is Python installed, right? You were typing something like in command prompt where Python app data. So
App data local.
yeah, 1 second. App data roaming. No, but why has it installed in local?
Just give next it directly. I did not give any destination for download.
Microsoft Windows apps Python. It is not a Microsoft app exactly because Python is an open source Windows. Python is an open source. Okay, did you install Anaconda?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would have problems with virtual environment because pip is not there. But let me see. But if you have Anaconda, then why hasn't it Anaconda shared? 1 second. It has got something to do with the environment variables. Windows apps. I need to ask if somebody else also has this problem. No, Python and Python 3. Yeah, these are the executables, right? But these are not what you have installed. I don't think this is the installation. There is, and this is a 0 kilobyte file. I think this is a shortcut.
ID is showing.
No,
ID is showing.
no, ID, 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is working. Python is there, but you would have to work with Anaconda. Let me see if you have Anaconda. Where is Anaconda? Show us the Anaconda, please.
Yeah, thank you for downloading it again.
And where did you install it?
And C only.
No, can you go to that place? Do you have admin rights on the system?
No, it's my personal system.
You don't have admin rights on the system?
No, I don't.
Okay, so that might be the issue. You would need admin rights on the system for you to work properly, because otherwise it's like limited access and you won't be able to do everything needed. But anyway, you can do everything that we are going to do. So I'd ask one thing: does anyone else also is facing the problem? Can people respond? Is okay? No, then Ravi, am I right? Your name is Ravi.
Yes.
So you would have to stop sharing your screen and we'd move ahead. You can still code whatever we are going to do here. If you have the Python, you can still just be able to um, run the code. So for everyone else, if you have the virtual environment, now for everyone else, you just I'd put it on the blog. Once you have admin rights on some system, you can work with that. Otherwise, just keep following with us. Now, a point here I want to make is that when you use virtual environment, which is for Python, if you're using Python 3.7, like I showed earlier, I was using Python 3.7 in my machine, and I would not be able to install an environment of Python 3.8, but I would be able to install a lower version of Python, such as if I have Python 3.7, I would still be able to install Python 3.6. Now 3.8 we tried again, but it gave an error. Now, if everyone has installed done a pip install virtual env and created a 1 second. This is how we create a virtual environment. Now, I put it in the chat window. Here you can change the name of the environment. The name of the environment for me is rasa underscore env. For you, it might be something else. Like for you, it might be something else. Now you can change the version of Python. So for example, why I have taken rasa env is because it requires you to have a lower version of Python, and that is how it would work. You with virtual env, you cannot install a Python with higher version if your system by default has a lower version such as 3.7, then 3.8 won't work. Now you can execute this command in your working directory. Did everyone wait? I put in the command. Did everyone make working directory for this demo? Please respond yes or no. Okay, then go to that directory as you were seeing over here.
Ashish, sorry to interrupt. There are a few more people who have joined. Can you show for the command from how it has been open
Yeah,
this
one
virtual
second.
environment?
There are what?
There are a lot of people joined recently. Okay, around 15
Okay.
people.
I'd uh, so folks, next time please join on time. This is not a big deal. There are few commands. I hope you had installed that thing in your you already have Python and Anaconda. Now all you have to do is pip install virtual env. Is that clear? Am I audible? Did you get that? All you have to do is pip install virtual env. This is for Python. Folks, please respond if you have got it so that we can continue. Okay, no response, but
Ashish, just one question. So,
mhm.
what do we really need to go and install from the command prompt? That just installed Anaconda Navigator, which is providing the workbook, means like the execution environment on the Python code. So, what is the difference that we are trying to do here?
So you are asking what is the difference between Anaconda Navigator?
And yeah, what are the steps that we are trying to do it? Yes.
So what is the difference between so I have not used Anaconda Navigator. That the point over here is that we are
Okay.
using command line. Command line is like more native. Now I could have skipped all of this. If you want, we can simply go ahead and go to the Python code, but that is like jumping ahead, and you would not, if you would not be able to install Python in virtual environments, that would make a challenge for you in the future when you actually get down to work on it. Now the steps are very simple. Pip install virtual env, virtual env environment name and version of Python you want. You would create a directory. Can somebody tell who has ran this command virtual env environment name hyphen Python?
Ashish, which version shall we use? 3.8
You
or 3.6?
look, you have to go to your workspace. Like I am over here in my working directory.
After that.
And after that, you have to
Okay.
type virtual env, then your environment name, like my env, Raza env, something like that.
Yes. And then Python version?
Python version for Raza, you have to either have 3.6, 3.7 or 3.8. You cannot have 3.9. That's the challenge. That is what I'm trying to explain here. Why you need virtual environment is because some packages have dependencies on some other package and they are not compatible with each other. So Elephas is
with 3.9. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Ashish, Ravi here. I have admin rights. Now I got it. Mine is 3.9. For that, it is not installing Python 3.9.5.
Yeah. So what you would have to do is, I'll sit with you later on, but for the sake of time being, let's just follow through after the call, after the meeting. I'd sit with you and see what issues you're facing. Now, folks, those
Hey,
who have
Ashish, I'm having 3.9 version. I'm having
so
3.9
so you
version.
can
It says that
use
created virtual environment.
created it did
Yeah,
can
it's did. It did.
Okay, now go to that. It must have created a directory there in the name of your virtual environment. Did it create a directory like I have Rasa env here?
Correct. Yes.
Now over there, are you get into that directory and you are able to see scripts?
No.
Scripts is not there.
It says that created virtual environment Python 3.9.
Yeah.
That's
That
what it says.
created virtual environment Python 3.9. Now that is okay. But
Yeah.
is there a
Hmm.
directory in your working directory?
Yeah, it is created. The directory is C user hi rasa
Okay,
underscore
and
rasa
in that
environment.
directory, do you have a scripts folder?
Let me check on that.
Please
Yeah,
share your
Ashish, I am able to see that scripts folder.
scripts if you are able to see. Like you might have all
Yes.
of these files over there. Activate.bat, activate.fish, activate.ps1, activate.xsh, activate this.py.
Yeah.
Right now,
Yes.
this bat
Yes.
file,
Yes.
this bat file is a batch program for Windows. If you are on Ubuntu or Linux, you would type activate, but we are on Windows, so we would type activate.bat. Please put it in. Go to that directory scripts folder, where my workspace rasa env scripts folder, and then execute this activate.bat file if you are on Windows, and if you are on Ubuntu or Linux, you have to use this one. Am I clear? Uh, Niranjan, would you please mute the participants so that they can unmute themselves later on? Okay, thank you. I think you don't mute me. Mute my audio. Okay, thank you. So whoever wants to speak, just unmute yourself and then also remember to mute back. Now, is
Uh,
every
yeah, the folder is created. So what is next? Do we need to open the bat file something?
yeah, this bat file you have to execute. You don't have to open it, open the directory. It's in the command prompt, right? You are seeing this picture over here, this thing. I am in the command prompt. In the scripts folder, I am. Like, share your screen. Share your screen immediately.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Yeah.
Your name, right? Yeah.
Now, 1 second. Everybody pay attention here that this is your script. Give me the control also.
Will you be requesting the control?
Yeah, request for the control request. And everybody see this step. This is important. Am I, have you given me the access or you have denied
Yeah, I
it?
have given you.
No, okay, scripts over here. Look at this thing, right? You go to the address bar, click there, remove everything, whatever is there, type cmd, it will open the command prompt, and over here you type activate.bat, activate.bat, enter. So yeah, Raza env. This Raza env shows that Srinidhi has entered Raza environment. Would everyone else be able to follow this? Say yes or no,
Yes,
please.
Ashish.
Okay, then we'd move forward. Stop sharing your screen and share mine.
Yeah.
Okay, now share. So this was about virtual environment. Okay, virtual environment is slightly more complex than conda environment in the ways that conda environment is more advanced. Now we try some commands. If you have entered you're done with your virtual environment, type Python there. Like who was that person who was facing challenge with the virtual environment and who later got admin rights? You can also do this. Type Python and try these commands: 7 plus 3 and 7 divided by 3, 7 double slash double 4/3, and tell me like if you're getting the output as shown in the screen. I'd see it in the chat if you are getting the output.
Uh, Ashish, you are running Python command from workspace directory, right?
Yeah, I
You're
am
working
running
directly.
Python. So if you there are things about it. If you run
Oh, okay,
Python
okay, okay.
Python command outside of Rasa environment, that will also work. It is like if you want to
Oh,
work
okay.
in an environment, you can work in an environment. If you don't want to work in an environment, that is still okay. It's just that you are not working in a
Okay.
sandbox, and everything you do
Got,
outside of the environment is going to affect everything outside. It's like universe. And in Rasa
got it.
environment, you are
Got
in a
it.
sandbox. Now people can in Python shell,
Got it.
as you are seeing over here, it works like a
Yes.
calculator. Python CLI. 7 divided by 3 gives you
Got it.
2.3. 7 double forward slash forward slash gives you 2, which is like an integer. Modulo 3 gives you the
Okay.
remainder. And now we come to strings. Now username strings is that I assigned a variable. Now when we come to strings, it does not require you to like Python is not strongly typed in the sense that Java or C sharp are. It allows you to define a variable and simply pass the value to it. Like I pass a username value Ashish and then printed it. Now you can do indexing on a string because it acts like a list. But the thing is that string is immutable. You cannot assign it anything. It is like a tuple. Tuple is another data type which is also immutable. Now output formatting. There are 4 ways to format output. If all of you have entered, I'd open the chat and respond if you have.
Ashish, what is immutable? Ashish, what is
Immutable
immutable?
means, yeah, so if you have a string, right? Okay, 1 second. Share your screen. Niranjan, who had the doubt? Please share your screen. And also give me the control. I'd request for, how do I request for control? Request remote control request. Okay. I try here. Python. Python, you have to enter. So look, what is your is not recognized. No, 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 no. What's your name, Niranjan? You're doing a mistake here. I think some issue with the so the you're controlling. Okay. Who has okay? So you are able to do this, right? Okay, immutable. You were asking, right? Yeah. So I would now show you. You have like a variable c equals to near near, let's say. Okay, now c equals to, if we assign it a completely new thing, that will change. Now if I say c0, it will give you a. Now if I try to assign something to a part of string, that will not happen. That means we cannot change part of a string. It does not support, you cannot change part of a string. You either can replace it completely, otherwise you cannot change any part of the string because it is immutable. You cannot change it. You have to either reassign it or work with what you have. Now please stop sharing. I'll share mine screen. Has everyone else got the got the concept right? Please respond in the chat. Okay. Share. Now, these are 4 ways in which you can do the output formatting. These are basically just basically syntax only. You have to remember the syntax, and helps you in format. What does format mean? Now you want to print something and you have a kind of a template that this is your template, and anytime your value in the username changes, this will also change. This is like formatting, nothing serious about it, only the syntax is. Now this is first syntax with a capital F here, here, here. This is the syntax 2, where you are using the format function, format method of the string. This is the third, where you're using modular mod character to pass on the values. And this is the fourth, where you're using appending. Basically, this is appending first string. It takes the first string, appends the second, and appends the third to it. Has everyone got it? I hope this was simple. Now data type list. Data type list, as we see, string was also a list, kind of list. You could do indexing on it. The thing with list is that you can modify a list element of list also. You can do that. And now it's like an array, a collection of elements. As you are seeing, we have a list L that has first element as A and second element as 1. Now tuple.
Ashish, can it hold multi data types? Okay.
Yeah, it
One
like
is
you're
a
seeing,
character
right?
here, one is okay.
One is number, one is
Yes, yes.
character, one is number. And tuple is immutable, like a string we saw, right? Tuple does not support. If a thing is immutable, remember this error log. At times, if you want to become an expert in a programming language, you have to remember what the error logs mean. If a thing is immutable, it would give you something like does not support item assignment. I have written something like, made a note of immutability of string and tuples. Can you see that? Type error, tuple object does not support item assignment. Type error, str object does not support item assignment. Clear? Now coming to tuple is immutable. Otherwise, in all aspects, it acts like a list only. You can do indexing. This is not the complete picture. Every data type has got certain more methods that we would need to cover. We would do that in following sessions, but for now, that this introductory session would require only this much information about data types. Now dictionary is like key value pairs. I didn't add a definition here, but the thing is that how many of you are using 3.9? Can please respond in chat. How many of you are using 3.9? Yes, yes. Is this, yes, 3.9, 3.8? So Harish, wait. Harish is saying he is using 3.8. 3. Neeraj is using 3.7. Okay, so that's okay. That was all I wanted to ask. Now, if you would pass on this expression in the command prompt for 3.7, 3.8, it would return you an error, unsupported operand for types dict and dict. But if you do it on 3.9, this is a very new feature in 3.9, which I must have. Look over here. I have 3.9 when I have Python 3.9.4. I was able to concatenate dictionaries, dict data types using the pipe character. You can try it yourself. The people who have 3.7, 3.8, it would fail with the error as shown here, unsupported operand. And those who have 3.9 will be simply able to concatenate the dictionaries. Did you people try that? Can we paste that command over here? Yeah, obviously. Chat. Yes, error is coming in 3.7. Yes. In 3.9, it won't come. Got unsupported. Yeah, in 3.9, it would work. 3.8 error. Can somebody with 3.9 say that he got a positive output? Got the result of concatenation? Nobody is responding with it's working. Okay, thank you, Ravi. Now multi-line string and printing it. Now print over here says, hi, I am Ashish, I love Python, and it prints that. This is like the way to print multi-line string is with double quotation marks. Check the type of a variable. So if you want to check the type of a variable, type the way to do that is to call a method function called type, inbuilt function called type, and then that variable. So for username, it will return string. For and is instance is another way to do that. Is instance checks that if a username, if I want to check if username is string, it will return true. If I check that is instance username int, then it would return false because username is not an int. If I'd ask is instance if 5 is an int, it would say true. Sometimes the error logs are confusing. So basically when you see type anywhere in the logs, such as over here, that is instance, this is a very common mistake that people make. If you wrap str in single quotations, it would give you this, that is instant argument arg2 must be a type or tuple, while over here it is a string. So when it says type or tuple of types, it actually means data types. So remember that error logs, you should be able to understand error logs. Now, there were some people who did not have Python, can do everything same with Anaconda. Does everyone have Anaconda? Please respond in chat. Anaconda, do you
Ashish,
people?
is Anaconda is an IDE kind of?
It's not an ID, it's a distribution. Like you have, look, I'd explain it like this. You get a fruit, right? You get orange, a single orange, and then you get a basket of fruits, orange, apples, guavas, and pineapples. So Anaconda is like that basket. It has got multiple fruits, while orange is only like a core Python package. I might not have made too much sense over here, but I'd open the Anaconda website for you. Just a second. Are you able to? So does it become clear that it is your data science toolkit? It is a distribution, easiest way to perform Python or R on data science. And what does it have basically? It has all of these tools, all of these packages already in there. You don't need to do pip install for pandas, for scikit-learn, for scipy, for Jupyter, for numpy, numba, pytorch, conda, hollow, any of that. It has all of that inbuilt. Did I get across? Are we clear with the doubt you had?
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So coming to conda. Coming to conda. So way to create conda environment is simple. Do you people see base over there when you are in? And so I did not mention it here. Working with conda requires you to open Anaconda prompt. Anaconda prompt. Do you have Anaconda? If you have Anaconda installed in your systems, I'd change it in the 1 second. Launch Anaconda prompt. Okay. Do you have Anaconda prompt in your systems? Folks, am I audible? 10 responses. Okay, it's called terminal. Anaconda is like a fruit sundae. Is it same as it is kind of a terminal, not exactly. It is. You're right. If you have that Anaconda prompt, launch the Anaconda prompt, and you would see. Do you see base? If you are, then you are in the base environment. This is basically the default environment created for you, provided to you by Anaconda. Now someone is requesting to yeah, just allow everyone, whoever is coming, somebody is a co-host, right? I don't know if he's a co-host or is the sole host of this meeting, because I am not the host anymore.
Ashish, I admit all. Whoever is
Okay.
joining, I'm just admitting it.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Launch in command prompt or somewhere else?
No, not command prompt. This time you have to launch Anaconda prompt.
Okay.
And type this command: conda create something like an environment name. -n means that you are giving the name after that. Conda create -n pyth 39, and then Python you want, version of Python you want. So somebody with Python 3.7 or 3.8 can try it. If they have Anaconda and they want Python 3.9, they can try this command and it will give you an environment with a higher version of Python. I put it in chat. Note this point that virtual environment will not give you a higher version of Python even if you want it, but Conda does. Got it? Yes or no? Please respond in the chat. Thank you. Now, if you have, go and hit the execute this.
Ashish, there is some
Yeah.
there is some message when in 3.9. I was on 3.8.2.
Yeah.
In I gave the command for installing 3.9.
Can you share your
Okay.
screen?
Yeah. Okay, you have to unshare it.
Okay. Stop share.
The following are not available from the current channels.
Srinidhi, are you the person with who was not having admin rights?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I have admin rights.
Okay. Now, what does it say? Conda create -n 3.9 Python equals to 3.9. Package not found error. How current channels? 1 second. I'd request for control. You were in base, right? 1 second. I'd request for
Yeah,
control.
I'm in base.
Request. I try something. I'd like try to give it a different channel.
Yeah, you have a control.
I conda create -n pi 39 c conda forge. This is a different channel. And okay, hold on, I think you did not enter the command properly. Okay, no, you did. I think Python Python equals to 3.9. Enter. Yeah. uh, did you get you I think you get the similar output before also. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, now this is folks, this is an important step over here. You might face it in yours. Mute yourselves, please. Mute yourselves, please, everyone. Folks, mute yourselves. Thank you. Now, what Srinidhi was facing was that he did not have he was getting some kind of error that package was not found. Now, what we simply did was we changed the channel. By the way to change the channel is conda.create -n, then we gave the name pi 3.9. So we changed the channel from defaults to conda forge. This is an argument, and then we gave Python equals to 3.9. Okay, You can try that. And Srinidhi, you can continue the installation of this. I think it said it asks you to enter Y or N. So enter Y, and it would, you can carry on this thing now. And stop sharing your screen. Okay, where are we? I'll share my screen. We have like so if you are done with that, right, conda.create environment, it is it is like the similar thing that you would be able to so it is like similar thing that to virtual environment, except that it allows you to install higher version of Python. I was on Python 3.7. You were seeing over here, I had Python 3.7.1. And what I installed is Python 3.9.4 in my environment. And now I activate the environment using conda activate py 39. And then I'm able to see that my dictionaries are able to get appended. Now here is some, just putting all of this code in a script file, right? Here is the script. I put all of this code in a script file and run it, and it gives me an output like this. You can do that too. All of this code, whatever we tried in the shell, you can make a script.py file out of it. Like you are seeing over here, I have a file script.py, and the way to execute is Python space script py, and it will execute the script. Now we have one more thing left over here, that is Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is like a way to create work with Jupyter Notebooks. It's simply a command that will only work in with Anaconda. It would work with Anaconda, and if you are creating a new environment, you would also have to install Jupyter there. It does not install by default in a new environment. You have to install Jupyter, and we can take that up in next session. And if you're in base, you can just launch Jupyter Notebook in the browser. It will open some screen like this. You would have to click on new. It will open a screen like this where you can try your commands. Now folks, may I make one request with all of you?